What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video. And today, we have to answer the question that's on many people's mind. Is history repeating itself? Now, as many of you know, the 2024 presidential election is really starting to get into high gear as more and more candidates enter the race, in particular the Republican side. But many people have been saying there's a lot of similarities between now and what happened back in 2016. And it really seems like that history is starting to repeat itself again. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. Guys, go follow Real American Politics on Twitter. It is a great Twitter account everyone should follow. Of course, follow the Rumble page down below for exclusive content. And of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you could join Real American, which is a phenomenal deal, has helped support the daily content we all know and love. You love the daily content? Well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. So, is history starting to repeat itself? Well, it appears there's many Republican insiders thinking, yeah, something seems very familiar about now than what happened in 2016. Republican Party insiders are looking to move on from former President Trump, increasingly fear that Teflon Don is back. Yep, there's many Republican insiders thinking this is repeating again. So as many of you know, in 2016, I guess you could say former President Trump, whatever you want to say at this point, he shocked the world. Nobody seriously thought he was going to win the presidency, let alone the Republican nomination. Basically, everybody thought this was a publicity stunt. This is 2000 all over again, where he ran for the Reform Party and all that stuff. But people didn't realize that Trump, he did bring something to the table. Issues that people have been not talking about back then. Immigration, trade, putting America first, etc. He was the one that talked to the voters about those issues that nobody was talking about. This was something that Trump had the advantage over everybody else. He understood what the American people wanted. They wanted trade protectionism. They don't want their jobs shipped over to China. They want a restricted immigration system. They also want to put America first. Why were we spending tens of billions of dollars to foreign entities? And well, he was the only one that was talking about the issues that matter to voters. He just was. Ted Cruz, he focused more on social conservatism. John Kasich is John Kasich, so that's not much to be said there. Marco Rubio, he tried to be the next Obama, but for the Republican Party. And well, it really didn't end too well for everybody else. And that's why Trump won. He won 2016 because of this nationalist conservative appeal. Was he the most conservative on social issues? No. But what he did have? Economics. And the fact that he was focusing on what people cared about. Back then, Republicans, they had no clue what the hell they were going to talk about. They kept trying to bring up that, America has always been great, and all yada yada. Well, Trump is like, no. America has serious problems, and we need to resolve them now. We cannot just be pretending to ignore this country is fine. There's many problems with this nation. And he did strike an appeal, in particular with those in the Midwest, etc. Everybody knows this. 2016, he shocked the world. But in the primary, many people forget, he was polling at like 1% when he announced. But then people started to listen to him, and they realized, yeah, this is our guy. And eventually he won the nomination, and then he won the presidency in a stunning turn of events. Does this sound familiar? Because that's 2016. Look at 2024. Something very odd about this? Doesn't it just sound very similar? Donald Trump, he's the one focusing on, relatively speaking, the issues that matter to voters. He's focusing on inflation. He's focusing on crime. He's focusing on the foreign policy disasters, immigration. And he's focusing on stuff that matter to voters. Well, basically every other Republican of the major candidates, they're focusing on nonsense. Ron DeSantis, he's supposed to be the future of the Republican Party. He's really focusing on cultural war stuff, which, yes, it's good. But here's the problem. Many more people are more worried about can they even put food on the table next month than they are about what DeSantis did in Florida last week. That's just a fact. They don't care about, yes, he's a good governor, but they don't care that, oh, he was able to, overturn this stuff for the schools and stuff. It's important, but he's making his entire campaign. Tim Scott and Mike Pence are trying to run as the social conservatives. As Hutchinson as the moderate Republican. It's just so familiar that it makes you really think that history is 100% repeating itself. And that's why GOP insiders are fearing that this is what's starting to happen. If those people are all still in the race when January comes around, it's going to be 2016 all over again, and Trump will win. Said Jason Osborne, the New Hampshire House Majority Leader who has endorsed DeSantis in the primary at a Rockingham GOP dinner this week where Nikki Haley served as a keynote speaker. That's just how it is. Many people are starting to realize this is what happened in 2016. So many candidates entered the race all at once. And, well, it caused them to split the vote. And that's why Trump was able to win the primary in spite of only getting 45% of the vote, which was the lowest that any nominee for either of the major parties have gotten since 1988. That's why Trump won 2016, the primary-wise. He probably still would have won if it was just him versus Cruz. But either way, it still was, Trump shocked everybody. And there's some very similar things happening now. Now, the big difference now is, well, Trump is still seen as a frontrunner as of now, right? And things could absolutely change. But he still has a divided field. He's going against, some cultural warriors, somebody that's trying to be the next, Obama for the Republican Party. And it just seems so familiar that it really makes you think that what happened in 2016 may happen again. Because, let's be real, Trump is currently the only one focusing on the issues that matter of the major candidates. Again, cultural issues are important, but Trump's the only one talking about how we need to protect the family, we need to build new cities, we need to fix infrastructure, we need to put America first, not spend money on foreign entities. He's the only one that's talking about those issues. And many people in 2016 said, no, trade wasn't an issue, immigration's not an issue. Well, when Trump entered the race, suddenly it did become an issue because Trump was ahead of his time in 2016. Could this be happening again? Could Trump be ahead of his time yet again? It is to be determined, but it is seemingly likely that President Trump could possibly win again. But who knows? Things could absolutely change, and maybe this is all a fluke. But the correlations between 2016 and 2024 are just they're just stunning. Virtually everything we saw from 2016 is likely happening again. But it could absolutely change, and that's the biggest thing people need to understand. It is early. But as of now, I believe we're going to see 2016 redux. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.